It's too strong. You can't even get close to it.
Yeah, impossible.
Phew. We are back. Madana Bay, we're back in Lombok. Just got back right now. Happy?
Yeah, I'm not really realizing for the moment. I feel I am here forever and I didn't really leave Lombok. But in a way, I'm not really realizing we are back in the tropics.
I'm realizing we're about to go for a swim because I'm super hot. We just had a 2-hour car ride. We just had 5 days in Jakarta in let's walk. In quarantine actually, but that was pretty boring. We didn't film anything there. We're more just stoked to be back here at the boat. The boat's back there in the back. We haven't even gone and looked at it yet. We literally just got here, put our bags in the room, and we're just going to go and throw ourselves in the water. Just left Europe, snowing when we left, so it's so nice to be back here in the warmth and hopefully warm, clean water. Phew, so stoked. Right guys, I'm in the cockpit, pretty blue. Got this cover over, otherwise there's no way you can work in here, it's just too hot. The big job here is I'm repainting the whole cockpit. First for me, I've never painted anything like this before. So a bit intimidating, but since I got started on it, I'm sort of like into it now, and I don't know, I think it'll be okay. And for me, as I've said in past videos, the cockpit, my whole boat, but especially the cockpit, it's my workroom, you know. I'm pulling fish in here, I'm cutting coconuts open here, I'm fixing things, I'm pulling the outboard in here and fixing it and things like that. So I don't really care if there's a few scratches, and just every now and again I'll give it a refresh. And you know, the most important thing is that it's safe, like the grip steps and things like that are good. So yeah, I'm just basically sanding the whole thing today. I've taken all of the fittings off that I can, you know, all the bigger things, so I don't have to tape around them. It makes it easier to paint and sand. So I'm just doing a sand today. Maybe this afternoon I'll get around to doing all the masking. I think that's probably going to take the most amount of time. Masking off all the grip areas and around all the gauges and winch handles and all that sort of stuff. And then yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll get a coat of paint on, maybe in the afternoon a second coat. And then yeah, then you have to go around and take all the tape off and put it on the other side, you know, so I can do the grip afterwards. So it's a lot of taping in that, but Maria will help out with that. But yeah, let's get stuck into it. Okay, that's the sanding all done. Now time to give it a good wash down with water and soap and let it all dry, and then we'll start putting the taping off all the things that don't get paint on them. Not much.
I don't know what to say about putting scotch on stuff. It's doing
I feel
well.
like it's such a meditative experience. I'm feeling the more relaxed and in my flow than ever. For sure, more than spending a month in Bali with all the hippies.
Yeah, for sure. In comparison, I prefer to do that.
What, do this?
Yeah.
Yeah? It doesn't cost as much either.
Yeah, it's probably more interesting.
Yeah, plus all the money I'm paying you to do this, you're going to be so rich.
Oh yeah, you're gonna pay me? What are you gonna pay me?
I don't know. Can't
Restaurant?
Tell.
I am Lalapan tonight?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
How's it going?
I hope it's going good.
Professional master painter?
Oh yeah, probably.
This is a first for us. We've never painted a boat before, so hoping it's going to work out pretty good. But I sort of figure the first coat is less of a problem, because if we mess it up we can just sand it again. So this is our guinea pig coat. We've done all the prep work as good as we can, as good as we know how, and yeah, hopefully it'll look good. Shiny new paint, how'd it go?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We're gonna see when it's gonna be dry. It looks pretty good.
Did you get paint all over you?
Yep.
Show me your hands.
Beautiful.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. First attempt at painting something like this, but yeah, as I said before, it's the first coat, so we'll probably go through and sand a little bit with fine sandpaper when it's dry, and then do it again, so you sort of get like a second chance. But yeah, as I also said before, it is just the practical part of the boat, and it doesn't have to look amazing. But yeah, we'll try and get it as good as we can. And then yeah, there's a lot of touch-ups to do along the hull, you know, where local boats, fishermen come up alongside and bang on you and stuff like that. But should be good. Moving forwards, we'll be back in the water in no time. Well, while we're waiting for the cockpit paint to dry before we do a second coat, I'm going to start working on the hull here. So I'm spraying it with hydrochloric acid, well, mixed with water, to get rid of all of the, like the rust stains or whatever is in it, you know, just give it a clean down. And then I'm going to sand and sort of fill any holes and dents that I've got over the last 3 years. And then I'll sort of touch up those areas with new paint. Then I'll give the whole hull a cut and polish with a polishing machine and a cutting paste, and then I'll wax it. It's going to be heavy work, and it's quite hot here, but I can't really do much in the rest of the boat while the cockpit is still wet. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I just spray this acid on, it's in a bottle, and leave it a couple of minutes, and then slowly start working it in with the sponge, and then rinse it off. Probably should be wearing gloves and a mask, but oh yeah, it comes right off, look at that. Beautiful. You get rust stains around the front of the boat here because, you know, it's coming off the anchor chain and things like that. So, but look at this. So here's a rust stain. Straight gone pretty much. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's so much easier than using, well, sometimes I've been scrubbing here for ages with soap and water and buying different sorts of detergents and special boat products, and here in Enjoi at the supermarket you can just buy, it's basically a toilet cleaner, and it's 17% HCI, hydrochloric acid, and yeah, just spray it on, rub it off. Alright, it's about 8 AM and we're back here now to put on the second coat of paint in the cockpit. We're actually a day late now. We missed all of yesterday because made a couple of big mistakes with the first coat. So yesterday we sort of spent the day sanding. Yeah, rookie mistakes. Probably a lot of you will laugh at this, and yeah, feel free to tell us in the comments what idiots. Well, it was my fault. So basically, first mistake was we mixed too much paint. It's very, very hot here. Even though we're doing it early in the morning, it's still, you know, it's still well over 33, 34 degrees and very humid. And so yeah, we just mixed up probably about 1 litre of paint with the hardener. And so there's probably a 30 or 40 minute time difference between when we started painting and when we finished painting. And by that time the paint had got, well, it had changed consistency quite a lot. So yeah, it obviously was much thicker towards the end, and so that didn't leave a very good finish. And then second was I didn't have a good roller. I just had the wrong ones and I knew it, and I decided to go and paint anyway. So basically it left, it looked really good in the beginning, but when it dried we sort of realized that there's a real orange peel or eggshell, I'm not sure what you call it, but like a structure on the paint, like just dimples, you know, which I don't think is terrible. If the whole boat was like that, it would actually look quite nice in a way, but it's not. The rest of the boat's all perfectly smooth gel coat and everything looks good, so it just looked weird. So basically went through and sanded a lot of it, not back to what it was, so there's still some new paint on there, But yeah, sanded it a lot, because if we just put another coat on top, it would just end up with that same structure. So basically sanded a lot of it back, and then you had to do the whole cleaning process and everything again. So well, here now we're going to mix a lot less paint. We'll just basically just keep mixing smaller batches, and I've got the shorter haired rollers. Here in Enjoi you don't get a lot of choice, there's only 2, but I've got shorter haired ones. So yeah, we'll give it a try. It's going to look way better than it did before regardless, so I'm not too worried. But doing all the preparation and the masking tape and all that, sort of half or more than half the job, so might as well try and get the painting part right. Anyway, we're going to get stuck into it.
We are 24 hours after we paint the white, the second coat, and we're gonna take off the tape and see if it's looking good. There is only one sort of masking tape here, and it's not really the best quality, so it's not always easy to take off, but we're doing slowly.
Pretty happy in general how the paint looks. Obviously there's a few little boo-boos here and there, but a definite improvement on how it looked before. And also, yeah, it's just protecting the epoxy and everything underneath. So yeah, pretty happy. Definitely looks better after the second coat, after we sanded it again. Yep, pretty good. We'll probably not become professional boat painters, but I'm happy enough to do my own boat. Right, so after painting, to go back and put all the fittings back on. So I took the winches off and some of the pulleys and the clutches and obviously the bimini, spray hood, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll go back and do that, but at the same time give the winches a little bit of a service. I've cleaned them all. Now put some good grease around. Just throw a bit of grease around all the gears. Okay. Today we took the day off from boat work to go on a little adventure. We met a couple of friends in the local village next to the marina, and they're taking us here. Dana, what are we doing? Where are we going?
It's good. So now we're gonna go to the next waterfall.
What's it called? What's it called waterfall?
What do you call it? I forgot it.
Tilakalapa. Tilakalapa? Tilakalap.
Tilakilap, yeah. Tilakilap.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've been flat out working on the boat. Dusty, hot work for the last few weeks. Nah, not really. Last 10 days. And yeah, so we decided to do something a bit different.
Yeah, it's super good to be back in nature. Like, that's how I am really happy to be back in Indonesia, because in Marina it was work and not really fun, but now it's in jungle, the water, we have new friends, super happy to be here.
Yep, me too. Careful. This walkway is actually a big pipeline, basically from a mountain, I guess from the stream that we're going to look at, the waterfall, and it takes all the water down to the rice paddies down in the valley, I think. I'll help you. Really powerful waterfall, just getting coated in spray, and pretty cool though. Probably can't even hear me yelling at the camera, but yeah, I'll yell anyway. too strong. You can't even get close to it.
No, impossible. So now we are in the mountains with all the team. They took us here because it's a special place to growing strawberries. So we are picking strawberries all together. Super fun.
Yeah, so we took this long windy road up in the mountains. We're just following the guys and had no idea where we were going. But yeah, we're pretty high up now. I guess we're probably I don't know, maybe 1,000 meters above sea level, and it's much cooler up here, so all the different vegetables grow. And yeah, the strawberries and carrots, I don't know, it must be the whole valley here is the vegetable capital of Lombok. But yeah, strawberries everywhere, pretty awesome. There's the bag.
Foto. Apakah ini namanya cinta?
So good.
Super tasty strawberries. So today we are working on the boat. Vernon think it's better to repaint the whole cockpit and the deck because the paint starts.
Whoa. I think that's enough for today, guys. I've been sitting here in this 40-degree heat editing for like 8 hours, and 17-minute video, that's enough. You guys have to wait till next week to see the rest of the boat work. I'll give you a little heads up. We take off all the stanchions and all the rails and all that sort of stuff and waterproof it. We do the grip paint in the cockpit, we anti-foul, we put a new propeller on, and we get the boat back in the water. So yeah, look forward to that. We certainly did. Like, getting back in the water is just the #1 goal. To finish this video off, I want to say thanks to the patrons. So cool. Again, yeah, we've been away for 6 months now, and all of you stuck with us. A couple of you actually raised your donation, so it's super nice of you. And yeah, we're back to scheduled viewing now, and as soon as the boat's in the water, we'll be back to our normal sort of adventures. We've got a bit of a big plan this season. Yeah, we don't even know exactly what it is yet, but we'll sit down and probably not this next video, the one after, and talk to you about it. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you all next week. Same time, same place. Bye bye.